Hey, good evening. It is Tuesday tea time with Dorarena, and I want to welcome all our first time viewers and those that may be watching the replay. And thank you for those that are repeated supporters. We are excited. We are from Women of Wisdom. We are a nonprofit organization here to bridge the generational gap between the younger and the older generation, to empower teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence for the benefit of all generations. We can change our thinking and our mindset and fill it with wisdom, then we can pass on wisdom to the next generation, which will create a better generation. All right. Because that's what wisdom does. All right. So I got a few things I want to share with you. If you look across the bottom of the screen, you will see strolling across our ticker, uh, announcing our mother daughter bash that is coming up Saturday, March the 23rd. So I want to encourage you to go ahead and register. It is limited seating. We are going to have a blast. You hear me? I am so excited. My WOW team is excited. We got selfie booth. We have a like mother like daughter game. Is kind of like the newlywed game. We have prizes and snacks and cupcakes and just, oh my goodness. So if you are a grandmother, a granddaughter, a godmother, a goddaughter, this is for all types of mothers and daughters. So come on out and have a blast as we bond and build these relationships so that we can pass on vital knowledge for the benefit of all. Okay, so anyway, I usually share my cup with you, and look at this little adorable top on here. Look at that. I got that for my birthday. Yay, so excited. It is so cute. Look at that. That's and so helps to steep my tea. So if you have your cup, I want to encourage you tonight to fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. Okay? So I hope you have your beverage as well as I have mine. I am doing a new tea tonight, because I can. And I got this for my birthday as well. And it's called Peach Honey. Oh, and you know what? I couldn't wait. I tried it last night. It's good. So I said, you know what? I'm doing this with Tuesday tea time. So, tea time. This is another one of my butterfly cups that was given to me. And so, enjoy. Mm. Ooh, that's got a good, strong flavor to it. Wow, that's good. Okay, you know what? Our topic tonight, oh my goodness, we are touching the elephant in the room. So, we have been talking about relationships. We talk about dating versus courting, and then we talked about courtship. And just like I told you, there's some people that has never even heard the word courtship. These are things that we need to spread to our generation, so that they can understand the benefits of courting and the difference between courting and dating, and where is the wisdom in that, and let them decide to follow after the wisdom that's been revealed to them. How about that? But you got to have the knowledge. See, you can have knowledge without having wisdom, but you can't have wisdom without having knowledge. Come on. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead right into our topic tonight. Boom. Is there wisdom in safe sex? Come on. All right. Okay. First, let us define what we're talking about when we talk about safe sex. Okay. We'll get to that in a minute. I want to explain to you what we're talking about. But before we get to that, I want to share with you, according to Better Health Channel, this is their explanation for safe sex. It says, according to Better Health Channel, safe sex is sexual contact that does not involve the exchange of body fluids between partners. Now, that's what they consider safe sex. Now, you have to decide for yourself whether or not there is wisdom in that. And the stigma behind the safe sex thing is supposed to be, preventing disease and infections and pregnancies outside of marriage. Okay. So some would say this. I've seen some say safe sex is an oxymoron or a myth and a phrase people like to use so they can feel better about having sex. Now, we know that more than likely, all the things so far that I have shared with you, someone is going to agree, oh, yeah, 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 that's, I believe that it's just a oxymoron. And oh, I believe that as long as you have sex and you're not exchanging body fluid, oh yeah, that's safe sex. And some people say, well, safe sex is, wearing a condom, something, over your private area. And, there's no 100% effectiveness out of condoms or birth controls. So, there's no 100% of preventing infections and pregnancy using that. Now, I'm going to give you a word that if you are not married, abstinence is 100% safe. But who is promoting the wisdom in that? Okay. Now, you can't argue with wisdom without making yourself look like a fool. Okay. So don't argue with wisdom. But abstinence means that you don't have sex until you get married. Okay. So without having sex, you are not going to experience any disease, any infections, and you're not taking the risk of becoming pregnant with the option of being a single parent, okay, or a single mom. So let's look at a quote that I have for you that will define or answer our question if we have an open heart to receive it. Okay. So, is there wisdom in safe sex? Let's look at this. Okay. Our quote today is from staypositive.me. It says, safe sex. If you are going to make love with the person whom you love much, do it wearing the safest thing, a wedding ring. So you can ask again, is there wisdom in safe sex? Yes, within a marriage. Now, some people would want to argue about that because people sometimes um, go outside, but we're not talking about going outside the marriage. We're talking about within a marriage. And we have to understand this, that a lot of uh, marriage is a commitment to one another. It's a covenant that you make with one another. And it's not always based on how I feel, because sometimes you don't always feel like you're in love. Now, when you first start out and stuff, yes, it's all, lovey dovey. And then when we get into the serious issues of learning how to grow with one another and start that friction of coming together and sharpening that iron, that we can fit together and cooperating with each other with harmony and peace, that takes effort and it takes work. But if you're committed, that's what it's all about. 100%. You give 100%, they give 100%. There's is a myth going around saying, well, two people together, you give 50%, I give 50%. No, no, that means that you're not giving your all. And if you give 100% and they give 100%, then we're both putting forth all that we have in the marriage, being committed. Okay, now I'm getting ready to take this a little deeper, and I'm going to share some things with you that a lot of people um, may pull back, like the elephant in the room. What you need to understand is that marriage is a covenant. And usually, when a covenant is made, well, is made by two people. And there's usually something that seals that commitment. Like, have you ever heard of blood covenants? You know how some, when you were young, they called it the uh, blood covenant between the brother or the sister. You just kind of do a little stripe and mix your blood. So now you're connected as friends. You become, covenant in your relationship. Or have you ever heard about I think it's the sugar and or salt covenant, where two people have a bag and they mix, their bags together, and then they pour it out and they both get, the mixture, and that's their covenant. Okay. And, it's like a contract, even when you go into a business contract, two people sign the contract and they are committed to what they sign. So let's talk about the sex covenant. Did you know that there's a sex covenant? Did you know that um, the female, and it's only females, have what is called a hymen? And that hymen covers that private part of the female as she abstained from having sex. Well, when they get married and they have sex with each other, that hymen is broken. And what happens is the blood that flows from that hymen being broken covers the male's sexual part, and that makes a covenant. So I don't know if you knew that this runs deep. And so after that happens, I've talked about how the oxytocin, oxytocin is released from the brain. Um, your endorphins are released, and it affects your body from head to toe. And um, endorphins comes from what they call the uh, the enjoyable gland area of the brain. I'm going to put it like that. And so it's, you know, it releases, and now you become attached and connected to one another till where you automatically desire each other in that way. And that is safe sex, is safe sex within a marriage covenant. How about that? All righty. So I want to thank you for joining us tonight for Tuesday tea time. And uh, I hope that you received, uh-oh.
Hold on a minute. I took myself off.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
sorry about that. Let's see. Let's look. Okay, here we are. I'm back. So that is our Tuesday tea time for tonight. So you decide, is there wisdom in safe sex? Safe sex within a marriage is safe sex. Outside of that, you are susceptible to disease, infections, and uh, teen pregnancy or premarital pregnancy. So there we go. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed Tuesday tea time tonight. And remember about our Saturday, March 23rd, mother to daughter wow bash. Share this video with the young people and make them aware of the knowledge and wisdom, and let them choose for themselves what they believe wisdom is saying to them about how to handle their sexual lives. But you know what? Unless we tell them certain information, they won't have it. Okay? So this is truth and love. And as I always say, mwah, Dorena loves you, and walk in wisdom. All right? You have a great night.